us back in the Gerald the Bossman show. We're joined by Jamion Christian, the head coach of the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers. Again, with us to talk about his program and get ready for the Northeast Conference tournament up there. Coach Christian, good to talk to you again, my man. How's life treating you, man?
I love it, man. I got 12 freshmen on this roster. We found a way to finish second in our league. We got 3 outstanding seniors. I got a big smile on my face heading into our conference tournament.
Yes, indeed, Coach. And think about those 12 freshmen, 3 seniors, Coach. You finished second in your conference with 12 freshmen. You're on a 3-game winning streak, so I know you're so delighted. But talk to us about what were the key factors, Coach, and the key essential things that really made you guys click this year and get to where you are right now as you head in this conference tournament to play Robert Morris here.
Well, our freshmen, they're outstanding in terms of being able to follow leadership and really just stepped into our program and really had a desire to make it something really special in elite following last year's story. And, we got 3 seniors that are pretty special. Junior Robinson was voted Player of the Year in the Northeast Conference this year. He averaged 22 a game. He's 5'5", but he's a 12th leading scorer in college basketball, and obviously he plays much larger than his size. Just one of the best guards in college basketball. I think people are going to really love getting a chance to know him again. Chris Ray won Defensive Player of the Year. He's our starting center. 6'8", can basically guard every position. Led our league in blocks, top 5 in steals, top 5 in rebounds. Just such a unique player. And then Greg Alexander, another senior we have, who's just an outstanding 3-point shooter and a really special player, makes big shots for us. And so those 3 seniors really took on a great task with our coaching staff. And so we're going to bring in these 12 freshmen. We're going to try to lead them to the best of our ability, find a way to get the most out of our roster. And those freshmen followed and listened, and they just kept improving. We got a really special roster. I'm excited about this month of March because I just think we got a lot of things going in the right direction right now.
So I just wanted to get a little bit of insight. You have a young man on your team who goes 5'5".
Yep, Junior Robinson, yep.
So what do you feel like? I mean, do you feel like at that size he is, what's the best way to put it? Maybe plays with a bit of a chip on his shoulder?
Yeah, I would say he's pound for pound the best. He's pound for pound probably one of the best guards in the country. Obviously, he has a tremendous chip on his shoulder because of because of his size. But he just got that hunger to be the best. I think that overcomes his size every day.
So to spin off of that a little bit, when you guys play and set up your non-conference schedule, does that have kind of a similar effect where you want to challenge yourselves during that non-conference schedule? And then when it comes conference time, you've got some of those big, tough games under your belt where you can kind of build off of those games. Is that what the idea is in your non-conference scheduling?
Yeah, I think if you want to be the best, you've got to be fearless in your pursuit to play against the best. And I think, you look around and you see a lot of teams are afraid to play the best teams in the country. We just don't have that fear here. We want to learn as much about ourselves as early in the season as possible. That's going to allow us to have an opportunity to learn and improve through the course of the year. And, when you have an opportunity to do that, and you've got some really headstrong guys that believe in one another and that love each other, anything is possible. Because, once you've been able to fail at something, you learn from it, you learn, you love, then you improve. It really makes you really unstoppable.
And, Coach, I've been so impressed about, because Coach, I read about how you got killed by transfers, and you replaced with 12 freshmen. I read about it. I felt bad, because I feel like Coach had a good team, and then all his guys were gone. But you persevered. I think it's a great example. Yeah. Like how if you have a will to do something, you can do it. Because most people think, hey, Mount St. Mary's not going to be any good because they lost all their players. But you went out, recruited your butt off, brought in quality young men who bought into your culture immediately, and look at where you are now. So I feel like it's a testament to any coach of college basketball. It don't matter who leads your program. If you get the right guys and the right fit your culture and what your standard is, you're going to be successful no matter what.
Yeah, I think it's important to just understand, we had a great year last year. We had the best year in school history. We had 3 guys who we love. That's understand we love those guys. And I think it's important, you talk about loving your guys. Everyone loves their team when they're playing well. Do you love your guys when they're not playing well? Do you love your guys when they're not doing what you want them to do? And the reality of it was, those guys came in, they had really tough conversations with me in April. They felt like they had an opportunity to play at a higher level, and they had those conversations. And my job really becomes to love those guys even through those conversations, because I want to guide them and I want to help them fulfill their dreams, and I believe in them. And so, those were tough conversations. And then, what I would always say to them is, you win with the guys that are in your locker room. That's the reality of it. And so we just said as a staff, we don't bring in a lot of transfers here. I don't really believe in that. I don't really bring in a lot of junior college guys. I believe in bringing in high school guys and trying to build them up and giving them a ton of confidence and a lot of love. And that's what we did. And we stuck to our game plan. And, we have more wins in this regular season than we did last regular season. And we have a really special group of guys because of it. And, again, we've got a really special thing going on here. And, by bringing in the right kind of guys and believing, I think that belief and love, I think it's really important to understand. Like, these guys are growing because, we love them so much. And the guys that left, they grew because we love them so much. And so I think we've got a formula here that's built on love, learning, and belief that's really special. And, hopefully it doesn't happen again. Those are some tough moments because I believe in those guys so much. But, I believe in this group as well. And, again, you win with the guys that are in your locker room. You win with the guys you love and believe in, and we're doing that right now.
So, Coach, just to touch on your team stats a little bit, looks like you've got some nice balanced scoring across the board. 5 guys averaging over 9 points a game, 3 guys in double figures, also balanced rebounding, 6 guys averaging over 3 a game. Are those two areas where you're have been focusing on with your staff, the balanced scoring, the balanced rebounding, keeping these guys to kind of gel on the court in those aspects?
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in balance. I think we take too much time in basketball circles just talking about the main guys. I just feel like it's such a team game, and I think it's just important to try to make sure everyone on your team has an important role and a responsibility that's significant. Whether it's rebounding the ball or building a teammate up or high-fiving the guys. Those roles are all super important because they're important for your morale, and they're important for that love that we're trying to create within our locker room. And so when you look at our stat sheet, that's what you see. We're the top assisted team in our league. Our guys really share the ball. They really play unselfishly. You don't have, we're shooting 38% from 3, I believe, or so on the year, and you don't do that unless guys are being unselfish with their shot and creating for others. I think when you watch us play, I think that's the thing that I love the most, just how unselfish we are. And when I look at those numbers, I see a really unselfish team. We do have one guy averaging 22 a game, but he's second in our league in assists. I don't know how many times that happens. He's one of the most efficient scorers in the country. That doesn't happen very often, where there's a game where he scores 8 points and has 11 assists and, doesn't care about his scoring numbers, only cares about the win. And, our center is second in the league in assists. He averages, just under, over the last 10 games, he's like about 7 assists a game. And just being completely unselfish and playing for the guy next to you. And I think when you look at our box score, that's what it shows. Multiple guys rebounding well, multiple guys assisting well, everybody shooting well, which makes the coach happy. And, that's what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build something that's lasting. And if it's built on 1 or 2 pillars, it's not going to be lasting. If it's built on 1 or 2 players, it's not going to be lasting. And I think we've got a good formula here that can allow us to be good here for a very long time.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, Coach, what you just said there. And I got to ask you, Coach, as you all prepare for the conference tournament, what will you be emphasizing to your team? Is that first time in a conference play with this pressure for a lot of your freshman guys, of course, as you get ready for Robert Morris and Coach? Look at them on film. What challenges does Robert Morris pose to you guys you have to be ready for as you play them here in the conference tournament here in the next few days?
Yeah, well, the greatest challenge for any person is that challenge within themselves. That true competitor mindset, just being hungrier than you were the day before. Those are things that every athlete right now is focusing on. Off the floor, I'm talking to our guys about just fighting distraction. It gets really easy. You get a couple of pats in the back. It gets really easy to believe that. And, we've got an underdog mentality here. We're going to maintain that. And so those are the first things. You got to win that battle. You got to win that battle within. And so we've spent a ton of time over the last 3 weeks of really spending a lot of time with our guys, talking about that, giving them examples. And, we'll see if that stuff falls through tomorrow night. But I feel like it's really been sinking home, and the guys really understanding that. And then when you step on the floor against any opponent, late in February and early March, what you're really looking at is a team that's going to be very familiar with you. They're going to know you very well. Robert Morris is a team that, they can really defend. They're second in our league in defense. They're going to really try to get into us and try to make us turn the ball over. And, when you're playing this time of year, you've got to do a great job of taking care of the ball against every opponent. You got to have great respect for every opponent playing this time of year because everyone's playing for something significant. Everyone's playing for something bigger than themselves. And so, we've got to really win in those 2 areas. And then if we rebound the ball, that allows us to get out and play in transition and really allows us to play unselfishly. we just got to be really solid. And, if we have great emotional intelligence and we're able to handle the highs and lows, you have opportunity to move on.
And Coach, final one for his coaches is: could you speak to the quality of coaching, the quality of teams and players? We in Atlanta, a lot of guys may not know about the conference, but John and I are basketball fans. We watch all college basketball. We focus on mid majors a lot. So, for those who might not be familiar with your conference and the players and coaching, can you share with our listeners the quality that you guys have in Northeast Conference?
Yeah, the Northeast Conference is just been a really special league, and it's been a league that has a lot of young coaches like myself in it. I'm in my 6th year. Bashir Mason's in his 6th year. Andy Toole, I think, is in his 8th year. Ed Robert Morris. But you have a lot of guys in this league. Derek Kellogg, who's at UMass, is at LIU Brooklyn. Rob Krimmel is in his 6th year at St. Francis, PA. So you have a lot of guys that are just kind of starting to learn. They've kind of made some mistakes like myself, and we've been able to kind of learn through those mistakes. And now you have a lot of guys that are just starting to establish their programs. And, Wagner won our league this year. They've got the most wins in our league over the last 6 years. And Bashir's done an unbelievable job. They won the league by 2 games this year. He's just an unbelievable job. They're known for tough defense, really aggressive offense, and playing freely. You look at Rob Krimmel, he's always got great offenses at St. Francis. He has a couple guys he plays through, and they have a chance to play with a lot of energy, and they play with a big chip on their shoulder. Kellogg at LIU has really brought an up-tempo style to Brooklyn, and they're pressing, and they're into you. So it's an exciting league. Everyone in our league scores it at a high level. Everyone does a great job there scoring the ball, and it usually comes down to a team that can defend just enough to be able to move on and have an opportunity to hold that trophy up on the last night.
Well, Coach Christian and John and I definitely be looking for you guys and cheering for you guys. We hope to see you again when you get the automated bid, hopefully, Coach.
Whatever you guys need, man. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Jim. I'm Christian Bossman. So check out Mountaineers in the tournament here. Cheer for those guys, people. We're out.
Judo.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hello, college basketball fans. This is Donnie Tyndall, former head basketball coach, and we're getting ready to have a top 3 with Tyndall with JR the Bossman and John, myself, as we analyze the college basketball season team by team, break down stats and facts, and give you all the basketball scoop across the country on a weekly basis. We hope you'll join us and look forward to talking hoops with you on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404 542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Folks, back here in the JR the Boss Man show. We're joined by Utah Valley Wolverines head coach Mark Pope on the Boss Man. Coach Pope, Boss Man. How things out there in Utah, man? How things?
It's going good. We got tomorrow is March 1st, man, and it's a great month. It's like Christmas for basketball. So we're in a good spot right now, and we can't wait to get started. It's gonna be terrific.
And coach, right now you're 9-4 in WAC. Play. Talk to us. What's been the key factors for you guys and your team playing so well so far in WAC plays? You get at WAC after your game against Seattle this week.
Well, listen, it's a tough league. Like every league in the country, it's hard, right? And it's been really competitive. I think one of the fun things about our league right now is we're walking into this WAC tournament in a week, and there's probably 7 of the 8 teams that think they have a legitimate chance to win it. And that makes it really fun. And it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be great for the fans. It's at a great venue in Las Vegas. And so we're really excited. We obviously have our sights set on trying to win this tournament and make the NCAA tournament. That's the magic of March, and that's what we're trying to do.
I hear that, Coach. And also, Coach, I looked at your schedule, man. Your non-conference slate was pretty good for us. You guys playing tough out-of-conference opponents. Do you feel like this helped you guys? You guys play kind of harden up and toughen up so you guys can win, play against great teams in your conference. And if you get past out of your conference, you can get the points against. You guys have seen these big teams, how many teams, for the teams you already played them and got a feel for that kind of competition.
Yeah, I think so. And that was all by design, right? First of all, there's just a philosophy of it where if you're a college basketball player, you want to go play the best teams in the country, right? Like, let's go play. Let's roll the ball out and see what we can do. And so we're able to do that in non-conference. And then there's also the part of, listen, we're playing really hard teams, playing good teams. Every game in league is hard for every league, right? And that doesn't change because we played a tough non-conference schedule, but we certainly don't walk into any venue or face any opponent where we feel like it's not something we've done before, right? And so that kind of that experience, I think, is invaluable, and hopefully it'll prove to pay off for us well as we approach these tournaments.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this now: with you guys playing so well this year and showing to be a tough out, you feel like it'll be harder to get guys to want to play you guys now because you've grown as a program, you're playing good, so you guys are winning, and so guys will try to hit you with that 2-for-1, or you come play here or try to get you on a game for pretty much to buy you, to make you come and play them. So how you feel about the schedule going forward with you with guys getting good now?
Well, I actually think, and I hope every coach in America is listening, I think it's going to be easy to schedule for next year because we lose a bunch of seniors. We're going to be awful next year. So please put us on your schedule. We're looking for bye games. We're looking for home and homes. And we're going to be an easy win for anybody that wants us. So coaches out there, please take our call and let's get this thing done.
I hear you, Coach. I hear you. Hey, look here. Play Utah Valley. Play them people. Go on, do it. Go on, play the Wolverines while you can. Now, Coach, you kind of made a point about it. I was going to ask you about this next, Coach. Okay, your roster, you got experience. There's guys on your roster, like you said. We're in March now, Coach. I feel like you're having experience. These games have more importance. It's going to help you in tough battle games, second half, just ran out because these guys have been there before, they've seen it before, and they're not scared of the pressure.
I think so. I think one of the avenues for success for programs at our level is to just get old and stay old, right? And so we're pretty committed to kind of having veteran teams on the floor every year. The downside of that is that you don't get a lot of 4-year players, right? So there's not continuity in your program. You're kind of having to re-recruit a whole new big class every single year. In a sense, what Coach Calipari and Coach Krzyzewski right now are kind of leading the way doing with one and done, where they have to recruit a huge class every single year. We're doing just on the back end, right? We're trying to get graduate transfers and junior college players and Division I transfers that are only going to be in our program for 1 or 2 years, so that we can stay really old. And I think that really helps us, and I think it helps you compete against teams. I think it helps you in tournament time. I think it helps you have guys that have been through a bunch of battles before and maybe are less prone to be phased or caught up in the moment. And hopefully that's going to prove true for us this year.
Folks have Mark Pope here with the Bossman Show, Utah Valley Wolverines head coach. Now, Coach, look at your stats, man. Balanced stats across the board. Scoring 5 guys in double figures. You got balanced rebounding, 6 guys over 3 boards a game. Coach, I can imagine you've preached this year defense, rebounding. I can change the basketball and playing fast.
Yep. No doubt. I mean, that's who we are. We've actually. I'm not really pleased with it, but it's probably been the right call. We've actually slowed down a little bit this year, which kind of makes me hate myself that we've given into that. But we're still trying to be as aggressive as we can offensively. And of course, we recruit offensive players, and so we preach defense every single day. It's so important for us. And our guys done a great job. They kind of stepped up, and we've been really, really consistent in terms of our defensive effort. And it's been a big key to our success this year.
Now, Coach, I mentioned a little bit earlier, Coach, you're playing Seattle this week. So as you prepare this game against Seattle, what are you telling your team as you're ready for this game? And what challenges the team pose you guys you're sitting on field for? You're sitting.
Well, Seattle's a good team also. And they're a veteran team. They have 3 graduate transfers that are starting, so 5th-year guys. They have a center who's 7'3", 280 pounds, who is just kind of, they play man-to-man defense, but he's kind of in a drop zone the whole time. So it's challenging to get anything clean at the rim because he's always there. And they're a really good, well-coached veteran team. They have great wing defenders that are really, really long and athletic. So it's gonna be a huge challenge for us. It's our senior night, so it'll be an emotional night, and it's our first game in March. And March is the best. So we're excited about it. It'll be our last kind of fine-tuning warm up before we start the WAC tournament, and so we're looking forward to it.
And final one for you, Coach, is you kind of touched on it, but talk about the quality of the conference, and the quality of teams, the quality of coaches, teams. Like some great coaches in that league, some great teams. You only have 18 teams, which makes it very competitive. You guys see each other twice hard. It makes it home, so it's also good as well. So,
yep.
Talk about the quality of that conference, man, because a lot of people in Atlanta may not know the quality that your conference is.
Sure. Well, we're a fun conference because we're growing really fast. The WAC went through some major changes about 5 years ago, where they lost some quality teams and brought in some newer programs like ourselves, and it's actually turned into a little bit of a big money conference. Grand Canyon is essentially printing money. They're only for-profit school in Division I basketball. There's a big article about them in ESPN last week that said they're bringing in $820 million of revenue every single year.
Wow!
So Seattle's a private school that's really, really financially stable. They're putting a ton of money into their program. We actually have a Division II school joining the program next year. Cal Baptist had just built a $70 million basketball arena as a Division II school. And so, just how it is, when you have a lot of money to put into a program, a lot of times you can grow a successful program. And so the WAC is really interesting that way. We also have universities that are growing really fast. So, for example, 12 years ago, our student population was, 14 or 15,000 students. We're now at 37,000 students. We're the biggest university in the state of Utah, bigger than the University of Utah in the Pac-12, and bigger than BYU in the West Coast Conference. And so our student population growing is also kind of a dynamic that's interesting in our league. And so the league's growing really fast. It is a mad dash scramble to see who can rise up here and make the most progress in the league. Obviously, New Mexico State has been our constant marquee program. Cal State Bakersfield had such a great run in the NIT last year. We have good programs.
Yes, sir. Coach Pope, we'll definitely keep an eye on the WAC conference from my end, Coach. And wish you luck in Seattle. Coach, hopefully it gives you some WAC conference tournament as well, Coach.
Let's go, baby. Let's enjoy this best month of the year.
March Madness, Coach. My birthday month, so I'm happy about March too. 31 years old.
Okay. Well, listen. Thank you so much.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft, whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft. Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
Folks, back here in the JR the Bossman Show, to be joined by the Northeastern Huskies head coach, Coach Bill Coen on the Bossman Show, out of Boston, Massachusetts, where my uncle is up there in Peabody. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, JR. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, indeed, Coach. I've been watching your team from afar. I love your conference, and I see, Coach, where you finished second in conference play here. It's got 7-game winning streaks that want to have you on the show, Coach. So talk to us, Coach, about your team this year, how happy you are with their play in the CAA play, and the win streak you guys have been on so far.
Yeah, we're really happy where we're sitting right now. We want to share the CAA title, and that's the third time we've done that in the past 6 seasons. So really proud of this group for achieving that. And we got a young group. We only have one senior on the squad, so it's been a learning experience all year for them. But they, luckily for our staff, they've stayed locked in. They've come to practice every day trying to get a little bit better, and we have good chemistry in the locker room, and we're hoping for good things next week.
Yes, indeed, Coach. And speaking of non-conference play, Coach, I wanted to kind of talk to you about that a little bit. I feel like, Coach, the schedule you guys played really helped you guys when it comes to conference play because it toughened you guys. So saw different types of ways to play, what you might see in conference play, and it seemed like it's helped you guys as you guys went through this season. And that's this win streak you're on, that you're high at the right time. I feel like all that, the combination of this right now is right for the right time. You're primed to make a good run here based on what you did early in November and December now.
Yeah, year in and year out, we typically play the toughest non-conference schedule that we can. You're exactly right. We're trying to prepare ourselves for conference play. We're mindful of the fact that we want to try to play opponents that maybe play similar styles to the guys we have in the league, to the coaches we have in the league, and to prepare us for that so we can start that process a little bit earlier. And also, going out and playing in national championship quality opponents, I think, it does a couple things. One, our kids are excited to play that level of competition, but two, it keeps you absolutely fully accountable. So if you have a weakness, if you're not doing something well, if your transition defense isn't good, or your ball screen defense isn't good, or you're not rebounding it like you should, you're going to get really exposed against that level of competition. And right away, it directs you as a coach in what you need to address early on, and you can get busy fixing that. So we thought that worked out well. I always say when you play a schedule like that, you learn a little bit about yourself. Sometimes you like what you learn, sometimes you don't. But it does refocus you, and it puts you in the right direction, and that's exactly what we were hoping for this year.
Now, Coach, is it harder for you to schedule games because you have a kind of a national brand? People know about you. You've been good for years. You've been there for a long time yourself. So the guys want to avoid playing you guys because they know, hey, this team can actually beat us on our own floor. And I know it's probably hard getting guys to come play at your place, even though you are in Boston. It's a big city. You guys want to come there, but they don't want to risk taking a loss on the road to you guys.
Yeah, it's scheduling is a challenge. So, we've finished our 12th season here, and over the course of that time, nobody's won more CAA games than Northeastern. And then in our non-conference, we've been fortunate enough to pull up some high major upsets. Last year, we beat UConn at UConn. We beat Michigan State at Michigan State. The year before, we won at Miami. We've beaten Georgetown. We've beaten Indiana, Providence, St. John's. So we've had a number of those kind of signature wins that give people a little bit of pause to play you. But there's always somebody out there in need of a game, and we've gone to still playing those types of games, but also playing the likes of somebody like Vermont, who's in a very similar situation, who I think they won 29 games last year, and they're up to win their conference again this year. Bucknell, who was the preseason favorite in the Patriot. Harvard, who was the preseason favorite in the Ivy League. So you go out and you play the best opponents you can, and then hopefully you weather that storm, and it makes you better and stronger, and it serves you well.
Folks, have Bill Coen, the Bossman show from the Northeastern Huskies here with me today. Now, Coach, I know you have a guy from Fairburn, Georgia on your roster, Derek Cook. So talk to me about what you're expecting from Derek and how he's been as a kid for his first year up there with you guys up there in Boston.
You know, Derek's a young man with an unbelievable amount of talent, and I had a really good talk with him yesterday. He hasn't got as much opportunity to play for us because we have some veteran guards, but I think he's as talented as any of them at the same stage coming in. We've had guards here, like the player of the year in our league last year was T.J. Williams, who started at the point for us and went on and played, he's in the G League right now, but he started in the NBA Summer League. The year before that, we had a kid by the name of Davey Walker, was MVP in the Senior All-Star game and played in the NBA Summer League. So we've had a number of really, really good guards. And I think Derek's just another one of those type guys that's going to develop and get better and better. And, he's a guy that came from a winning program. They won a state title down there in Georgia, and he was a big part of it. And, he's making that transition to college, and he's a good teammate, and he's a good kid, and he's working hard at his game.
Yes, indeed. Coach, there's a lot of talent down here in Georgia. I always love it when I see a roster with a Georgia guy on the roster. I always love it. I know a lot of talent around here. A lot of guys, I see a lot of coaches down here a lot getting guys. So I know it's plentiful down here for us talented young men who want to play at the D1 level.
Absolutely. There's so many talented young men down there.
And, Coach, and I'm looking at your stats, Coach, and I love what I'm seeing. You got balanced scoring with 8 guys virtually averaging over 6 points a game, 2 guys in double figures. You got balanced rebounds, six guys with 3 boards a game. So, Coach, is defending like crazy, attacking the glass, sharing the balls, what you emphasize in practice every day? Because it seems like reading stats, that's what it seems like you guys are preaching on your staff every day in practice and film sessions.
No question. We're trying to promote a team-first brand of basketball where they're caught up in their numbers. And as a result, I think we've had multiple guys, be this so-called star of the game, maybe a guy that's coming off the bench, really has a great game for you. And our bench is deep. Those have all been productive for us. Our frontline guys share the ball. A big stat for us is how many of our field goals, how many of those field goals are assisted. So we want to make sure that we're shooting the basketball, moving the ball, and ball off at a high rate. I think defensively, one doing really well on the national level is defending the three, and that was a big emphasis for us. So much of the college game now, threes. I don't think there are that many centers around. But even I think the centers shoot threes now. So you have to be able to defend the line, if you're going to have any type of success.
And, Coach, as we prepare for March Madness and tournament play here, Coach, having a deep bench to me is going to be helpful for you because, I've seen some teams only play 6 guys or 7 guys. And in a tournament setting, when you got to play back to back, that guy could gas out you guys real fast. So I feel like having a deep bench will assist you in tournament play, and if you make it to the big dance as well, because you can go down on your bench and play more than 7 or 8 guys, and they can all contribute for you at a moment's notice.
Yeah, no question. It's a huge advantage to have multiple guys that you can go to, multiple guys that can step up and play huge roles for you. You can weather injuries a little bit better than if you have a shorter lineup. You can survive a sprained ankle or something like that, maybe get through a game or foul trouble. And those are all, keys to advancing.
Now, Coach, as you prepare for the tournament, what are you preaching to your team for its preparation for March Madness? And, you're getting ready for opponents you don't quite know yet. So do you kind of work on yourselves and you correct your errors, or do you kind of see who might be in your bracket and kind of do things drill-wise to prepare in case you play that team?
I think you do both those things, JR. You can't lose your own identity and the things that produce winning for your club. Everybody's got a different way on how they win, and make sure you're staying true to that in your preparation. But at the same time, with an eye ahead, making sure you're building because the turnaround time for the games are so quick, you're just building in the fundamentals that you'll need in those various scouting reports. So we try to do a little bit of that each day, but still with the focus, 80% of the focus on us, and then 20%, on our opponents.
Now, last one I got for you, Coach, is now a lot of people in Atlanta may not know about the CAA the way I do. So could you talk about the quality coaching, the quality teams, the quality players in the CAA league that listeners who only watched ACC or SEC may not realize about your league?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tremendous conference, with really good coaches and really good players. I've been here 12 years. The league has been ranked as high as 8th in terms of conferences, and so when you take out the Power 5 and a few other conferences, you're right in the mix there. I think 2 years ago maybe we were 9th. I think this year we might be 11th. So, it's a really, really good mid-major plus conference. I think we've had multiple teams make it to the Final Four. We've had guys get drafted in the first round of the NBA. And I always tell guys, if you're looking for, an opportunity to play, a chance to play, and you have dreams of, going to the NCAA tournament and going deep into the tournament, that's been done before. And we've had guys individually go on and make it to the NBA. So, this is a really good level where you can achieve all your dreams. And, the coaching at this level, most of the guys are experienced and experienced the highest level of college basketball. Come here, have developed their own style and their own brand, and night in and night out, it's very, very difficult to compete.
You got that right, Coach. Coach Coen, I wish you the best of luck in the tournament here. Look forward to having you on again real soon. The next time you're in Georgia, if we can come by the studio and see us here in the studio and talk about the program some more, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on, JR. Have a great day.
You too, Coach.
All right.
This is Bill Coen, Boston Show people. Check them out.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Back in the JR the Bossman show, joined by the UMBC Retrievers head coach Ryan Odom on the show. We had him on when he first got hired at UMBC. Now look at his team now, second in the American East, doing big things. Coach Odom, how are things going, man?
All good, man. Thanks for having me back on.
Yes, indeed, Coach. I'm just happy for your program, happy for your success, and I knew you would do great things when we had you on the first time. So, how's it been, man? Have running your own ship now, your own program, seeing your program grow into what you want it to be as you mold it now.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I can't say enough about, the players and staff that we have here at UMBC. The support's tremendous. We've got a great academic situation here, and our players have done really well. Just last night we had our last regular season game, so the regular season is now finished. Vermont, was the number 1 seed, and we actually locked up the number 2 seed for the tournament. And the America East is strong as ever. It's going to be a very, very competitive tournament, and March Madness is upon us, man.
Got that right, Coach. Talk to us about this, Coach. What's been the key to you guys finishing second this year, and also winning streak as you go into this tournament here? And it has to feel good knowing that you have a home game because it's played on campus site, so you have at least one home game to get your feet wet in your own building, but you got something real comfortable about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's the key? I mean, I think we've got good senior leadership. I think that's the key for us, and they just so happen to be guards. So usually when you have good leaders that are your guards, that are upperclassmen, you have a chance to win. And, our guys, have done a great job all season. KJ Mara, Jarris Lyles, and Jordan Grant, our 3 seniors, they've been tremendous. I mean, they really have been tremendous for us. So we're excited about the postseason, getting ready to start, and looking forward to it.
In addition to having seniors coaching, that senior guard play, which is very key this time of year, do you feel like your team playing a tough non-conference schedule, playing quality opponents, getting a feel for what you'll see in America East play, and toughen the team as well, and helped you guys as well play with in conference play, finishing second behind Vermont, and having a great chance to win this tournament based if you guys get hot at the right time, play well on the 3rd, the 6th, and the 10th there?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think, we try to schedule, as tough as we can in the non-conference to prep us for conference. And, you don't want to overschedule, certainly, and put yourself in a bind from a record standpoint. But, I felt like, we had a good balance, here at UMBC the first 2 years in our non-conference. We tried to step up in competition. We played Maryland, we played Arizona, we played SMU, and fared pretty well in those games, and had our chances. But I think our guys, this year in particular, did a really nice job of multiple guys stepping up, because we had quite a few injuries in the non-conference and even in conference play. And, our guys, nothing major, thankfully, but, our guys were able to, be without a guy for one game and still get the job done, or have a guy out for several, and then, the next guy steps up. And so they've been very resilient. They've been very focused throughout the year. And, they've put together back-to-back 20-win seasons, which has never happened at UMBC. So, that's really, it's a really exciting time for us.
And, Coach, I can only imagine back-to-back 20-win season next year is going to be even harder to schedule games the way it wants to play you guys. Even as a buy-me game, they don't want to play you to get involved and may get beat.
Yeah, they might, though, because we lose 3 seniors, so you never know. But, yeah, no, it really does. And it's not easy. Scheduling's hard in and of itself, and when you're trying to play the high majors, they know who's pretty good and who's not, and they understand. RPI is such a big factor too, though. They do want to make sure out of conference that they're playing teams that are not going to hurt their RPI. So that's a good thing for us, because ours is kind of right there, in a working number. Where they're not risking too much.
You got that right, Coach. We got Ryan Odom, UMBC Retrievers, on the Bossman Show, talking about his program, back-to-back 20-win seasons. What an accomplishment at UMBC. First time it's ever been done there. Now, Coach, looking at your team stats, I see across the board you got 4 guys in the double figures. One guy hitting over 20 points a game. and balance rebounding, six guys over three a game, Coach. So I'm seeing, Coach, based on your stats, you want the ball shared, strong rebounding, defend like crazy, and get out and run.
Yeah, I mean, we do play a fast style, and our guys, very unselfish on offense. We pass the ball. We've got the leading assist guy in the conference, and KJ Mara, and steal wise, we're pretty stingy on defense as well, which is a big area of improvement for us from our first year here at UMBC. Our guys have really committed to the defensive side of the ball and done some really great things there. So you have to have a balanced attack, and you've got to have a balanced defense in order to be successful, long term. And so we've tried to really focus on that. Jarris Lyles has had an amazing senior year, over 20 a game. He's had a Player of the Year type season for us. KJ Mara has really picked it up. He's always been good and been a big difference for our team, but he's really picked it up over the last 10 games in conference play. He had 25 last night and led us, to victory on the road, which is tremendous. And then Jordan Grant, he sacrifices a ton. He comes off the bench as a senior. He really is a starter, and a guy that, could potentially be the sixth man of the year. I know there's other worthy recipients of that in our league as well. But bottom line is our guys play for one another, and, they certainly make the coach proud.
And you're right about that, Coach. As a senior, to come off the bench and accept your role and take your decision and knows best better of the team, that tells a lot about his character. I don't know too many seniors who will be willing to take the six-man role, knowing it's their final year, and accept it the way he has done it.
Yeah, no question. I mean, Jordan's been through a lot. He's the one guy on the team that's been here since his freshman year. He's the only one remaining. And in his first season, they won 4 games his freshman year. So he's seen the worst of it, and he's seen what is, going pretty well right now. I can't call it the best of it because it's certainly not. We hope there's more down the road for us, but it's certainly not where it was. And he's a big reason, why we've been able to turn this thing around.
Got there right, Coach. And, Coach, as you prepare for that American East tournament, Coach, you know who you be playing, UMass Lowell. So what do you do for his preparation-wise and points of emphasis to get ready for this game? And also for the listeners who may not know about UMass Lowell, what challenge do they pose that you're seeing on film so they can watch it when they watch these games this weekend and see you guys play?
Yeah, I mean, UMass Lowell's playing, dynamite basketball right now. They just won on the road at New Hampshire. We had a hard-fought game in our senior night here at UMBC. Could have gone either way, and we were fortunate enough to come out with a win. They challenge you from a defensive transition standpoint. They can really score the ball. They've got, guys that spread you out and drive you, matchup problems 1 through 5. So they really test you. They test your ability to get back. They test your ability to guard the basketball, and they're tough. They're a well-coached team. So, we fully expect another battle. Like we had the other day. I think, thankfully for both teams, we just played each other, so it's very fresh. It was only 2 games ago that we played them. So, both teams, there will be no secrets. It's playoff basketball, tournament basketball, whatever you want to call it. And, we're going to have to play really well to win.
It seems like that scout won't change very much, Coach. It is what it is when you played 2 games ago.
Yeah. You gotta go play. And, this is their first opportunity too, since transitioning from Division II to Division I, that they're eligible for the tournament. So they're going to be excited inside that locker room, to get going because this is their first time being able to play.
You got there right. That's what I got for you, Coach. This, we down here in Georgia, most people around here, AC people, SC people, they don't pretend to the American East. So if you could, Coach, share with our listeners about the quality coaching, the quality talent, and the quality teams in the American East Conference that they may be missing by not paying attention to what you guys are doing up there in the Northeast there.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, obviously I'm from the South as well. I mean, following my dad, who's coached in both of the leagues that you mentioned there, the ACC and SEC. Great basketball in those leagues, and in this particular one that we're in here in the America East, one of the stories that I think is probably a little bit undercovered is Vermont. Their tradition, is as strong as any mid-major, that I've seen. And they've been on a roll. I mean, they just lost their first game in 2 years in our conference. Hartford beat them at Vermont in a very tight game. I think it was a 1-point victory or something like that, for Hartford. So, I mean, John Becker's done a tremendous job there. And it doesn't stop there. It keeps going. I mean, Will Brown, at Albany has had, a tremendous amount of success, there, and has been to multiple NCAA tournaments and is in postseason pretty much every year. Stony Brook's had great teams. Jeff's doing a phenomenal job there. Coach Harrion at New Hampshire won 20 games last year. I mean, Maine is continuing to improve under Bob Walsh, and obviously Hartford, had a great season this year and won 18 regular season games. Coach Gallagher's done a tremendous job there as well, and the team that we're facing in UMass Lowell is playing as well as anybody. So, I think, basketball is very, very important in our league. And, we've got ESPN3, so all the games are on television. You can watch, each one of them. John Feinstein actually does our games at UMBC. He's done every one, the last 2 years. And, that's pretty special. Hall of Fame, writer. Who's able to spend his time with the Retrievers on a nightly basis on game night, is pretty cool. So, if anybody out there wants to take a look, I would encourage them to do so.
And, Coach, what's great about the job I have is that I can look beyond the two conferences, SEC and ACC down here. I can look beyond and see multiple things going on around the landscape, which I love, because I like talking to guys like yourself, hearing about the stories of these mid-major teams who don't get covered very often. And it's good to hear about you guys' team, to give y'all a platform, because everybody wants to talk to, the big five teams, but who's talking to you guys? Because there are great stories beyond the Power Five conferences that people don't realize about.
Yeah, without a doubt. There's a lot of pride, at each university, and a lot of pride within the programs, and a lot of history. And, we're trying to create our own, obviously, at UMBC, and we've got an amazing president, and Dr. Freeman Rabowski, who's led the charge here and putting UMBC on the map, and everything kind of starts with him. And, we got a brand new arena on campus that we just opened up, 5,000 seats. I mean, it's beautiful. Everything, from Retriever athletic, facilities, academic center, sports med, weight training, locker rooms. I mean, it's got everything. Practice facility. So we're trying to do something big over here.
I see it, Coach. Well, Coach, we'll definitely keep our eyes on you guys in this tournament here, and wish you the best luck, Coach. And next time you're in Atlanta, Coach, recruiting, please give me a holler over here and come in studio with us, and get the people of Atlanta see you in studio on our live stream here. Promote your program down here. Enjoy, get some Georgia guys to come and go up there with you, man.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your help, man. Thanks for having me on. And best to you here in March Madness. Enjoy it.
Yes, indeed, Coach. It's Ryan Odom on the Boston Show, people. Thanks a lot, Coach. You did a great job as always, man.
All right, brother. You take care, man.
You too now.